Hello everyone, Phantom here. Welcome to my Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail playthrough. If you want to see what I'm up to lately, you can find me on Twitch at the link in the description below. While you're down there, consider subscribing or liking. It helps me and my human more than you'd think. Enjoy the show. Racing Oblivion. I trust you've gained an insight into the use of souls in Alexandria. It's shocking, I know. I was overwhelmed myself at first. I expect you need some time to digest it all, but for now, let's head back to Earth and Sky. This rains. There's something I want to discuss with everyone. Let's take a moment before we head into the tunnel. See the plus quests. Well that we could see firsthand how the regulations are used. To draw upon even the souls of fiends, I shudder to imagine how powerful Zamalja could become. What does Lamity wish to discuss, I wonder? To think that everyone here was there for 30 years, long enough to become accustomed to the way of life. I understand the argument that we should keep an open mind, but if this practice is integral to the culture, but every fiber of my being rails against it. I'm sorry for delaying this, but I have some thoughts to share. In both technology and values, it's plain there's a wide gulf between Diliolol and Alexandria. And while Zamalja knows everything about us, we hardly know anything about what he's become. Indeed, we haven't even seen what lies in the Genoma's tower ever keep. So, here I'd like to make a proposal. That is, we work with Kakiwa and her people. We need to learn as much as we can about the enemy. The quickest way would be to join hands with Oblivion. We've only just met them, I know, and we shouldn't be too quick to trust, but the fact remains that they share our desire to stop Zamalja. Sphene, too, claims to be allies with the King of Resolve. May I ask why you would cooperate with Oblivion instead? It's simple, really. Their leader is Aravil's mother. Meanwhile, whatever Sphene may feel, she's the ruler of this nation. There's a greater risk in working with her and less reason to take her at her word. A fair point. And knowing Zeralja, we must assume that his arrangement with Sphene was not made without some consideration. All I know is it would be heartening to have allies in a strange realm. I think everyone would agree that any help we can get would be welcome. Hold on. There is no guarantee it's actually my mother behind the machine. Without seeing her in the flesh, we can't rule out the possibility of exploiting. If it turns out to be a trap, we endanger not only ourselves, but everyone to the Ola. As you say, we have no proof that it is really is Kakiwa, but I make my proposal in full awareness of this. Whether we're going to stop a war, whether we're going to war or striving for peace, we need to learn as much as we can. Otherwise, we can hope to do anything meaningful. As it stands, we know too little about this realm. We need to remedy that. We need to study the enemy, and when the time comes, strike down Zeralja for good and all. It's more. I trust you, Aravel. You've always had great instincts, honed from your time training under your mother. What if I'm wrong? What if my sentiment is clouding my judgment? If it's a trap, then we'll deal with it when it's sprung. That's always the way if it's with you. Of course it is. What do you take me for? Fine. If you're set on this, then I'll stay no more. Then it's settled. Let's head inside and secure ourselves some new allies. With the resources at their disposal, I'm hopeful that Kakiwa and her people will make great allies. The vow of resolve possessed of conviction and flexibility both. If the tales are true, she learned much in the course of her right to succession. I'm unaccustomed to seeing her make decisions like a ruler. Better that than her former vacillating self, though. Understand how regulars work now, I trust? It's one of those things that's best seen in action. I agree with Lamont. It's a gamble regardless of whether we choose to work with the people here. More knowledge is better than less. While I'm all for dealing with Zeralja, we need to consider how our actions might affect the ordinary Alexandrians. They're not the enemy after all. Kakiwa, there's something I need to tell you and your people. We came here for no reason other than to strike down Zeralja. But I thought he was your brother. Do you really mean to kill your own kin? My kin invaded our nation and murdered our people. As a vow of resolve, it falls to me to bring him to account. I am prepared to do what I must, and I won't hesitate when the time comes. Like us, you and yours oppose Zeralja. In light of this, I propose that we work together to stop him once and for all. I realize this is sudden, and that it's a gamble to trust someone you've only just met. But I would trust in the conviction of anyone who shares my goal. So fight with me, I beg you. As you say, our goals align, and I don't doubt your resolve in the least. If you hadn't proposed working together, I would have done so instead. Truth be told, it's been tough going at it alone, and when we've gathered ample intelligence, we don't have the strength to take decisive action. Besides, how could we not trust you? My only son is with you, my fussy little bun. He's all the reason I need. And it's decided. Here's to a fruitful collaboration. Thank you, Kakiwa. Everyone. Together we'll achieve great things, I'm sure of it. Let's not waste any time. We've been wondering about Zoralj's whereabouts. Is there a palace inside that tower? After a fashion. Our king resides in the uppermost level, but while Queen Sphene has a penchant for going out in public, he seldom shows himself. What's more, his movements are highly classified. Not even his commanders are privy to that information. If anyone knows where he is at any given time, it can only be the Queen. Even if we don't know his whereabouts, Zoralja will eventually march on Tuliolol again. That's when we can go after him. The drawback is we need to wait for the invasion to happen. Innocents will be put in harm's way. There's also the possibility that he'll leave everything to his minions and not command the army in person. No, he'll take the field. What makes you so certain? My brother has always yearned to surpass our father. That's why he attacked Tuliolol. After waiting 30 years, the first thing he wanted to do was demonstrate his newfound strength. But killing Papa didn't satisfy him, so now he's bent on proving himself stronger than me and Kona, who bested him in right of succession. He challenged me to strike him down. He wants a duel to show everyone that he's superior to the Dawn Servant. He won't let his minions deprive him of the pleasure. Then why hasn't he appeared and given you the chance? Surely he's aware of our presence here. That I can only guess. Perhaps he wants to dazzle us with his wondrous realm. If he won't deign to appear, then we'll force him to do so. How? Even as we gather intelligence, we make no move to attack him. Show absolutely no interest in a confrontation. Knowing him, he'll tire of waiting and turn his attention to Kona instead. He'll attack Tuliolol again, like he said he would. I see. If you believe this is the best approach, then we have no objections. Any campaign against Tuliolol requires Zoralja lead his forces through Vanguard. We'll have lookouts, keep an eye on it day and night. Such a strategy is certainly viable. If we're proceeding with it, though, we should warn those outside. Indeed. They'll need time to prepare their defenses. I should be glad to coordinate our efforts. I'm already in regular contact with Y'shtola, and we'll make sure to keep our comrades apprised of developments. You can leave Vanguard to us. We'll send word at the first sign of movement. It seems we have a plan. While we wait for Zoralja to move, you would do well to prepare for battle, and when it begins with familiarizing yourself with the technology that empowers him. To that end, I'll show you to Oblivion's main headquarters. Oh? I thought this place was it. You'll be impressed to know that we're located right inside the tower, in the residential district of Solution 9. Hiding a tree in the forest, as it were. The only question is how to get you through the checkpoint. About that. Sphene said she'd make it so we can enter without issue. She did? Curious. She's not supposed to have such authority over the centuries. If I recall correctly, her words were that she'd register us as guests. I see. Perhaps we're in the clear then. When you're ready, come and meet me at the tower entrance. Before you head out, let us give us a moment to introduce yourselves properly, eh? After all, names are good to know when working together. Well, Oblivion has operatives all over. We're the main crew here. I'm Geode, the leader of this hideout. And the dependable young twins behind me are Nostalgia and Wayakwi. I'm Nostalgia. It's a pleasure to meet you. My sister and I were born and raised inside the barrier. We've been with Oblivion for 3 years, and our main duties are surveillance and provisioning. Twins, eh? That explains the resemblance. Wayakwe is a Tanawatan name, unless I'm mistaken? That's right. Our mother is Tuliola and our father Alexandrian. They wanted to honor both cultures. They have beautiful names. Thank you. Though I have no memories of my mother, I like to carry a part of her with me. So, what made you decide to join Oblivion? We wanted to avenge our father. Ambrose was his name, and years ago, he was taken away after a scuffle with a soldier over a disagreement. It was a minor incident, so at first we clung to the hope that he'd be released. But when months went by and no word came from him, we made the decision to remove our regulators. We'd already lost the memories of our mother, and we didn't want to lose those of our father as well. They've all forgotten about him now, everyone who had known him. The bastard. Even here he thinks nothing of his own people. Sometime later, we were approached by a member of Oblivion, hoping to get justice for our father. We joined the Order. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to darken the mood. No, I appreciate you sharing this. Together, we'll avenge your father. Thank you. Something tells me you have what it takes. You introduce yourself too, go on. It's pretty much the same story for me. And while mine is a Tanawatan name, I haven't the faintest idea how things are outside the barrier. It's my dream to go and see it with my own eyes, our mother's homeland. Once peace is restored, you must come and visit. The wilds are beautiful, the food delicious, and everyone is so nice, you'll love it. And that's us here. You'll meet others in the back room. That's our headquarters. Some of them are a little eccentric, but they have good hearts all. Elenistria, one last thing. It isn't exactly my place to say this, but thank you for seeking out Kakiwa. She talks about you so much, it's clear how important you are to her. That's all. Be good to your mother while you still can, eh? Well, we'll let you go for now. Feel free to use this hideout as you like. Meanwhile, in Everkeep, okay.
You've been consulting with Wook Lamat. No matter. I do not know what you are scheming. But when your realm lay on the brink, you were powerless. You had no choice but to turn to me. Whatever sentiment you may feel for her, it is my power you require. Is it not?
Perhaps. And yet, knowing the love that Wooklamart bears for her people, how she regards them all as kin, I cannot help but wish to spare her the same pain I have suffered. What's more, her friends possess new knowledge. Were we to work together, we might find another path. I know you're loath to consider it, but is there no hope for peace with Tuliyola? What we've already done may be unforgivable, but it needn't continue. You needn't kill your brother and sister.
I slew my only flesh and blood. Yet you attempt to sway me with an appeal to family. The memory of my father's final moments still fills me with disappointment. Age came for him before I did. For long years, I sought to prove the miracle. And weak as he was, defeating him achieved nothing. To kill them is my only recourse. Wooklamart and Kona, who bested him as he was in his prime.
They are still your siblings, even if not by blood. That such bonds should mean so little to you.
I am bound to no one. Serve none save myself. I made that clear when first you spoke to me in the Golden City. Remember, I can easily kill your beloved family. If you would protect them, cast aside any foolish notions. Your wisdom and abilities are valuable insofar as our goals align. So think well before you act, Queen of Reason. Wooklamart, if you are Father's worthy successor, then you will find your way to me. But should you fall short, I will lay waste to Tuliyola.
What now?
Help her if she's mentioned anything embarrassing. At long last, we're entering the tower. Not that I'm excited or anything, not unduly. Nostalgia and Requiem remind me of Afna myself. Similar but so very different. We should chat sometime, trade twin tales. It takes no small amount of courage to oppose the Royal Giant's army. The members of Oblivion must be driven indeed.